and good afternoon. I'm Karen from Stitches and Jacks, so welcome. I've decided this morning, summer is out for me, and I do not have my commitments until the 18th of September, so I think I have about 8 or 9 weeks off. And I have decided, those of you that know me, that have watched my vlogs, will know that sometimes I'm here, there, everywhere. And I find it quite hard to plan a day for myself. I don't work for a living. I kind of fell into not working. But I have various commitments. I run a Girls Brigade club, belong to Chock Church at church. I'm just a pair extra hands. Everybody else does a lot more work than I do. But I have that commitment to do. I have my beautiful grandchildren that we tend to have them all on a Thursday, and I think that's how it's going to be. We're up to 6. Toby's not coming till January, and it is a car thing. I'm trying to get Mr. Jacks to change his car, and then we can have all 6. We will see. Cheers. And let me just apologise for my face. Have I apologised for my face? I don't know. We went to my mum's yesterday. I thought he was following me in, but he wasn't. We went through to the kitchen, and there was this racket outside the front door. So I went back out to the front door, opened the front door, and he was cutting the grass. He's very good, bless him, and I'm so grateful to him, as is my mum, that he takes this job off her shoulders. I think she could manage it, but it's just hard. And as he said to her, you don't need to do it, I'm here. So I opened the door and all the fumes or whatever. So since then, my eyes are big puffy eyes. I normally look much more beautiful than this. And I think it's my left eye that I feel as if I've got something stuck in it. And I'm very nasally. I've taken all medication that I can, so I do apologise, but I hope you'll see past that, or your hearing is not too good and you might not hear me. So going back to summer is out, and I decided, I think it was last week, that I'm going to keep Wednesdays to myself, apart from next week because I'm going out with my daughter-in-law, and that was my choice, because she's gone back to work. She only has Wednesdays off, so I can't see her on her own. Not that I don't want to see my stepson, I do, but it's just nice to be girls together with the kids and whatever. So we've got a day, I'm pretty sure it's next Wednesday. But other than that, I am going to keep Wednesdays to myself, and it's going to be my sewing time. And those of you that know me will know that I like lots of stitches. That's why I'm Stitches and Jacks. I have lots of Jack Russells. Predominantly I like quilting, but I like little sewing projects. Well, I would like to do some little sewing projects, don't really get around to them. So what I have done, so I can sew what I would like on a Wednesday. I can go out for anything that is sewing related. And I can do anything that is sewing related. And I think maybe because I'm kind of, I like all these projects, there's not enough time. There's not enough time in my life left. I'm going to be able to get anything. So I thought, right, just divide it. And I'm very good like that if I have that mindset and I divide my time up, I can achieve a lot, in the sense of, don't get me wrong, I don't want to make 10 million quilts, but I would like to do something. I'm just going to go and have to blow my nose. I'm so sorry. I do apologise, but I think that's a bit better now. Where was I? So I've got lots of things I'd like to do. And one of the things that I've made a decision today, it is about, what's the time? Oh, crumbs, right, 5 to 3. I've had a lovely day. It's my first day that I've not had to go out anywhere. So I was in my pyjamas, and I gave myself an extra half an hour to sit on the couch, and I was doing a bit of knitting and crochet. So crochet, I'm currently making a blanket for our Reuben. So I just have to do it around a day, and it's taken me a bit longer because it's getting bigger. And I'm weighing the yarn, so I'm towards the end. I would say I was like 75% through the blanket, or 70% through the blanket. So I did that, so it's tick, I've done that. And then I was knitting on my Christmas socks, so I'll come back for Christmas in July and I'll show you where I am with those. And then, yeah, I sort of fiddled about and did a bit of housework. You know what you do, like put the hoover over, empty the dishwasher, do the washing, blah, blah, blah. But I have, oh my word, look, can you see my washing is out there? 2 loads. Yes, there's some towels out there. I keep looking. Oh. And what else have I done? Oh yeah, made a decision, haven't I? I thought, right, I'm going to get everything out of what I would like to accomplish over the summer. Or perhaps I need to just get these projects out. There's no pressure on myself. If I don't get around to them, that's fine. But if perhaps I'm better knowing what I have and then I can work through it. I'm very lucky that my children don't live at home anymore, so I have their wardrobe space. They never lived in this house. This is a house for my husband and I. We bought it so there was enough room for the children to come back with their partners, and obviously bring the grandchildren now. But they don't need their wardrobes. So my stepson has got a walk-in wardrobe in his bedroom, and he doesn't need anything, so I've taken it over. So I think I brought it over last year and I did a bit. I never completely finished it, and I think that's a problem. And the reason that I am in such a mess or in such a tiz is because things don't have their proper place. So I've got a little bit of reorganising to do. So I think I will be doing that over the course of the summer. But I don't think that's going to be for next week, because at the moment I'm working my socks off because it's Fred's birthday on Saturday. I've got a quilt that I'm going to show you, but not in much detail because I'm filming the process to put up and show you. And I'm also crocheting on a very small needle. I'll show you. Oh, so sorry. This is what I'm crocheting at the moment. I have all the components made apart from, on his back, he's got an oxygen tank. I think I've made one, I've got to make the other. And then what I've got to do is do the embroidery and then sew it all together. So I'm hoping, so I'm giving myself a break from my Christmas in July projects. I'm hoping that I could make this and maybe make the rocket. Just show you. And this is Rikarami. So I've had this for a few months. I think I might have purchased this before, was it towards the end of last year? Maybe with an inkling to do it for Christmas. Yeah. So I've cut myself some slack, and I think that's what we have to do. Right, so I thought, would you like to see my projects that I have in mind? And I'd like to do some quilting, I'd like to do some hand sewing, yeah. Or to show you an acquisition that I have. It's a gift from my mum to me when I was up in her craft room a couple of months ago. I was like, you know, you go into you see somebody's craft room, or whether you go and visit, or whether you like see it if they're like podcasting, or I don't know if you're like me, but your eyes around there looking. I was sitting at what was my stepdad's desk, and he'd got one of these, and I was like, Mum, where did you get these? These are great. Look at this. My mum is an avid card maker. She makes the most beautiful cards. So I'd never seen one this size, and it turns. I was like, oh my word. And he's got all his colouring pens. She's got all beautiful pens and things and all sorts on there. So she came down yesterday and she said, I've been having a bit of a tidy. I said, oh, do you want? So she said, yeah. Would you like this? I was like, you know, when you think it's polite to say no, but I was like, oh, yes, please. I was like, oh, would you like anything for it? She's like, no, should you take it? I was like, oh, thanks. So, yes. So I'm ensconced in the dining room. I don't have a proper craft room. I have a bedroom where I have a lot of my stuff upstairs, but I don't have a fully, all singing, all dancing, quilt, sewing room. If I got rid of the bedroom furniture, then I could, but I keep thinking we're going to move, so we're not going to do it. So I've come down here because I've got more space. I can like spread myself out, and I can, like for cutting and that's what I haven't got up there. Right, so let me show you what I'm looking at. Right, you'll have to excuse if you can see anything, like, I'd be no good as a weather girl, would I? Boxes. This is a box I'm keeping for my daughter. So if you're watching, Laura, this box is coming to you. This was Bonnie's car box for a little Tights car, so that's coming to you. And then there's a box underneath, which is Ruben's Christmas present or birthday present. He's born in December. So I've been on that well-known site and ordered a couple of things. But what's in the bottom, I said to my husband, you need to speak to his mum and dad first. But he's like, no, it's a good deal, get it. It's massive. Massive. And then there's my ironing board. Right, so I've shown you around the dining room. It's kind of like we could put all their toys in here, like the cars and the scooters and that. I'm not bothered. Right, so what have I got to work on? I've got loads of things. This is Fred's quilt, and I've made this using 10-inch squares. So this is what he's getting. And then I backed it. Oh, look at this. So all I have to do, and this is my job this afternoon, is to attach the binding on there, on the front, and then I will hand stitch it, and I will hand stitch it, and then put his label on. So that's got to be ready for Sunday. So that is okay. So that's going to go there. And then I have, yes. So those of you that watch the June vlogs will see that I'm currently working on a quilt for myself. I've seen this loads of times. And I'm using the technique quilt as you go, which I've done, and I'm using this binding. So I need to hand sew it. Have I hand sewn that? No. So I've got pins in there. And pins in the back. I really wanted this finished for July. So I made a bit of a mistake in the sense I'm always very nervous. I get to this stage, and then when I get to the quilting, I'm like, oh my word. But we were quilting using our decorative stitches, if you can see. So I'm quite happy with that, but it was just going down this side. There we are, look. I'm just not happy with the finish. So I need to take this off. and attach a new piece, and then I'm going to hand sew everything. So for me, what I need to do is I need to I don't know how long I'm very good at, I'll look at my project and I think, right, okay, if I'm going to hand sew that, I'm not just going to get that done in one sitting. So I would just time how long it will take me from there to there. And then I know that I've got, I don't know, say that takes half an hour. I've got half an hour, and I'll just put that in, and I can keep doing that. So that's that project. And when I went to class last week, my tutor held it up, and she's like, "Oh, this is really lovely." And I explained that I just wasn't happy with how it lay. I have used this technique before, and it was absolutely fine. But I used it with, and I said to her, I think this is what it was. I had a lot of fabric that got cakes and things on, and a lot of like batik fluorescent fabric, and I put it all together, and we were learning how to do curves, and I just sewed it. And I said, I think because I was just going to use it as a picnic blanket, it was going to go on the floor, and I wasn't too precious over it, and it would go in the washing machine. I said, I think I took the pressure off myself. So as this is for me, I want it as near as perfect as can be. So she held it up, and as she held it up, I was like, oh my word, the last one is upside down. So I thought, oh, I'll undo that. And I undid the wrong one. So it has sat here for a week, and I've not touched it. So I've got to get myself over that. So that's that. then I have this, which I've got out today, and this is the Linus quilt that I was making, and I think I started it in lockdown. Look how lovely this is. Let me see. And I use my rulers. I was learning to use the rulers, so can you see the circles? And I was sort of thinking, oh, the crop circles. So the binding is on. Binding is on. Where have I? Right, so the binding's on. Well, it's on, and so I started halfway down. I don't know why. I stopped there to there. So I need to do the rest. And I'd like this finished for September. So again, I would look at this and I will fill my needle, thread my needle, and I would sew on this. So I might start getting this out. I'm waiting for my dinner. That's sort of half an hour where I can't get into anything, and then that would be done quite quickly. So that's that. And then I have, I think this is when I very first started quilting. Is it upside down? Yes. Is it upside down? I don't know. Yes. My daughter used to work in another hairdresser's when she first started, and the lady was pregnant. So I was learning how to do sashing, I think. So I did this as a practice piece, and then I made her a quilt for her boy, and this is how it's just sat in my unfinished projects. So I need to finish this. So again, I'd like this to be ready for September to give in. So that needs sandwiching together, and I don't think I need to quilt it, but I need to, I suppose what I could do. The rule of thumb is you quilt it if your hand is that square as big as my hand, I'll have to quilt it. But what I could do is I could just echo that, couldn't I? Yeah, perhaps I'll do that. That would be nice. Then I've obviously sorted out some fabric to do the binding. I always say that I don't like ironing, but I am fine once I get going. But ironing a piece of fabric, oh my word, it's like, yes. I have a lesson read as well, so I think I've got the backing and the binding, and I'll have wadding. So they would be two nice quilts to give in. Because I was supposed to get it ready for Linus this year, but I didn't get it. So I try and change my thought process. So I thought, right, okay, well I haven't failed because I haven't got it in, but I'm ahead of myself now for next year. And then this one is, and I think I have shown you this before when I did my quilts last year. I made this my very first quilt when I went to the quilt classes, and for some reason I made a mistake we had to put all the blocks together and then cut it, and I think I turned my block before I cut it, so the pattern isn't exact. And I've got it out, and this is probably about 5 years old, and I can't see it. And I have a granddaughter now, so this would be lovely to give to her. She has got the one that I made for her birthday, for a 1-year-old birthday, and she loves it. She's got it stuck in the fireplace. I've got no fire. We've just got like a hole. It's all covered in properly. I sound like a right old woman. But she gets it out when she has to store it, and I was watching her the other day, and it was just so sweet. So this is this one. So you can see it. And then I'm renowned for using my odds and ends. So it's got the piano keys at the top. It's really pretty, really pretty. And I think one of the things I didn't like, I don't think I like the white that I put on But what I'm thinking of doing, what I would like to do is I'd like to do some embroidery. So I need to do this in stages as well. So I need to do, if I do the corners, I forgot the corners. Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to have to do all of it, aren't I? But maybe I just, yeah, I need to do something with it. So this will go in the August pile, because I think once I get down to it, it's not going to take that long. Right, so this is August. Maybe I could just, I'm very lucky that I've got that big table and that I've got 2 machines. So I could leave the thread the machine up, and then I could time how long it takes me perhaps to do a triangle. Maybe I slot that time in somewhere, do a little bit every day rather than do a lot. I don't know. And then this is the last quilt. Oh no, it isn't. Let's save that. Right, this is a binding job. I made this for Alfie, and when I made it, it's my first attic windows quilt. You can see what I mean about saying that I have, yeah, there's a theme going on. I made this for Alfie in 2018, so 6 years ago. And I knew when I cut the binding, I'd made a mistake. And in my ignorance, shall we say, I thought, oh, it'll be fine. And it wasn't. It needed to be 2.5. And I had the quilts back last year to wash them. And there was like, it'd come away a couple of pieces, so I just ripped it off. I thought, oh, that's not good enough for him. And it sat there on the pile. So this needs to be done. And he still loves it. This is... it is lovely. And I've gone through and I've quilted, yeah, bits of it to bring the pieces out. There's muscles, I think, and Thor's on there somewhere. Yeah, Thor's there. So he's been printed, and then I've backed it with this. Right, so this is going to go in my July pile. Okay, because that won't take me long. I can actually attach that binding in one sitting, and then just spend the week sewing it. Yeah, so I would like to do that and give that back. So that's going to be in July's pile. Okay, and then this is what I would like to work on and finish. I think this might have been my third quilt or fourth quilt? And this was about learning your curves. And this is for my husband and I, to go on our bed. And our bed is massive. We've got what's called an emperor bed. Yeah, you can see. So I've attached the first piece. And there was myself and another lady, and we hated it, absolutely hated it. It was just because we were too picky with our points. She's a tailor by trade, yeah. But look at this, isn't it beautiful? In the sense that the pattern is beautiful. I've just copied the pattern. So I need to get it out and I need to have a look at it. And I need to finish. I don't know if you can see any quilting on there. Can you see the big leaves? Yeah. So I need to do this, and I still absolutely love it. So it needs to, so this is going to be, I would think, the end of August, September. I just need to have a look at it. I need to decide what I'm going to do and just quilt it simply, I think, just to get it done. Yeah, maybe like some echo quilting, sort of go around there kind of thing. That's it, done. And then, because, I don't know if I brought it down. because all the panels are made to attach to it. Just see. I've got a flying in now. Now it's fallen on the floor. So I have the panels, and this is a Lewis and Irene fabric, and it's beautiful. And our bedroom is like grey with grey and silver, and it's got a hint of pink and purple, so the lilac could go with it. It's so beautiful, and it'd be such a waste to not have this on our bed. So yes, and if the winter's going to be cold, I'll need that. So again, I need to put that into small bits. And I have these bits of fabric as well that I may be able to incorporate into maybe the binding. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then I have this one. This might not go in it, but it is still so pretty. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Well, I could have put some of that in Bonnie's quilt, but I've not finished this project. But yeah, lovely. Absolutely lovely. So following along from my quilt that I would like to start to finish the end of August, September, there are a couple of blankets I would like to try. Oh my word, I hear you say. Lucy at Attic 24, and I think I purchased this in, was it 2020? I think so, and I met her. She had a moorland blanket, and this is one of the colour inspirations, which is just absolutely beautiful. And I fancy having just an easy blanket on the go, which is just amazing. These are the colours that she's chosen. Granny squares. This pattern is like, it's free. It isn't as pattern as in from start to finish, but she gives you the instructions, and it's looking at the wave. And when I bought this, there was no way that I could have thought that I could do this. That's what it's going to be like. So I'd like that to go with a quilt. So I'll just show you quickly the colours, but one's missing. As you can see, one is missing, so I have borrowed that for some reason, but I haven't put an IOU back. But I'll just need to check my stash to see. But look at all those colours. I haven't put them in any particular order. I've just got them out of the bag and laid them out. Oh, I think they are actually. No, they are, because I have my list. So I think they must be. That must be the list that's on her blanket. Oh, and I've taken the walnut out, I can see, and I put a dark brown in. I think I was trying to make the Gruffalo for Fred a few years back. So yes, I'm really happy with that. And then the second thing is I have this. Oh, hello. Yes, I'm definitely filming. I've just sat here talking to all of you. I'm going to play it back just to see if I need to do any editing, or if I managed to get it in one take. Only to find that I couldn't find it, so I must have not pressed a button but thought I had. So I was just discussing with you all my quilts, my plans for the summer, and I would like to do some hand sewing. I'm going to have to put this somewhere. Let me just... Yeah, I'm conscious Mr. Jacks is going to come in a minute and say, dinner's ready. So I'll go through my ideas for my sewing. So I have all that, and then I want to do this. I don't get it all done, doesn't matter. But so I keep telling I want to do like a little bit of hand sewing or sewing, and yeah, it just doesn't work. So maybe if I have a designated day slot, it will work. when I went to Uttoxeter quilt show, I bought some pieces. It was very good. It was very good, but now's come the time that I would like to start using them. So I have this beautiful piece of fabric. It's a fat quarter, and it's William Morris, the Strawberry Fief. So I have this and I have this. So I thought they'd go perfect together. And what I would like to do is I'd like to make myself a project bag. And I have, quite a few project bags. Ones that I've made myself and ones that I've purchased from beautiful creators. But when we had our quilt exhibition in May, I think it was off the Tombola stand, I won this. And I love it. Really, really love it. It's really well made. Well, it would by people that know how to sew, wouldn't it? It's beautiful. It's lined as well. And it's quite handy to have. I really enjoyed using this. So I was thinking, oh, right. What I could do is I could draw myself a pattern using this as my template, and then I could make myself a bag. And this is the ideal fabric for me. So I'd like to do that. The second, I took things out. The second item I would like to make, so this is at the Uttoxeter show. I saw this stand and I'll need to write this underneath. I saw this, it's in a picture frame, and it's 3 little houses. I don't know if you can see, there's a washing line and you hang like mini quilts from them, and they're seasonal. So I've signed up to it. So I have this, which I've not started, and I have the first lot of quilts. And I really would like to get this finished over the summer. So I have the pack and all the fabric and everything. And it should be exactly the same. The store was amazing. I could have gone absolutely crackers, but I was so good. I was so good. And the first lot of mini quilts have arrived. These are the summer ones. Aren't they just darling? What I'm looking forward to is the autumnal Christmas and spring, I think. So I'd like to start that. Another pack I bought myself, kit I bought myself, was from Monkey Buttons, and it's the hares and the hearts, and I think it's this one, and it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And this is the fabric. Look at those. See, I love all these colours. Yeah, so I'd like to have a go at that. That's another little project. And then if that wasn't enough, this lady that was on this stall, this is from Village Fabrics in Oxon. So when I have a sewing room, I would like to be able to put this up. So it doesn't matter if it takes me a long time because I'm not moving at the moment, but she's absolutely beautiful. So I'd like to have a go at that. The only thing I perhaps would like to change is maybe have a Jack Russell instead of a cat, because I have Jack Russells. Nothing against cats. And then, this is a project, and I'm glad that I've had this out. The stall, people were just buzzing around this stall, and these are by Emma Sherlin, and they're a take on Bridgerton. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So that's the panel that you make. And I don't think, I haven't got any white. I've got white upstairs, but I would prefer to have the same fabric from the same person. Look at these. I bought 2 packs. I think they are fat quarters or half yards. I can hear Mr. Jackson. He's in the yard. I just fell in love with it, and this is going to be for Bonnie. And instead of pink hair, because she's got beautiful red hair. Can I make that? And I bought that as a skin colour, but I'm just wondering now if that is going to be too dark, only because Bonnie's like me. I've got makeup there, but yeah, very pale, very pale. I had a doctor come out to me once and check me for, was it meningitis, because I looked so pale. My mum was like, I was an adult, I got the girls, and she was like, no, she's always pale, she always looks like that. Don't bother her, just leave her. And then an impulse was, I think there's a metre here, or a yard. Look at that, isn't that so pretty? And I don't know what to do with that. Well, I do now. I bought it, I didn't know what to do with it. I just bought it because it was so beautiful. I quite like to make myself another bag. But I quite fancy making a bag to house my shawls in. You know, when I'm knitting a shawl, I'd rather have it long so I can sort of roll it and put it in once it gets to a certain size, rather than scrunch and put it all in. I've got a couple of things here. Whoops. This is pay for pattern. When I was at last at my quilting club, 2 of the ladies had this pattern. And it's got cats on it, and it's a plique. I'd really love to have a go at a plique. I've done it in the past, but it's like anything. If you don't do it often enough, your skill level is never going to stay the same or above, is it? And the 2 ladies, oh my word, they were just amazing. Their work was just beautiful. I think I might have shown it on one of my videos. And my mum's neighbour over the road, she's got 2 cats. She's really good to my mum. And I'd like to just have a dabble at it. And this might be a long-term project. But I think if I don't start somewhere, yeah, it would be nice to perhaps make her something. I'm going to make her a pair of socks. Yeah, I've decided, kind of get my projects ready for when I go to the Festival of Quilts, because I'll be going down on the train. I think I'm coming back unless my husband's, I think he might be coming to get me, but we might be staying overnight because it's a very, very nice restaurant. So we will see. There's a problem with getting the trains back, I think, but there's a lot of knitting time. So I thought maybe I would take a pair of socks, just vanilla, and I could make those for my mum's neighbour. Was there something else? Oh yes, there is another quilt I want to make. 2 quilts. What I want to finish, and that was at the start of when I had that bad spell with like my chest and everything. So it would have been 2022, and I chose to make a quilt for Reuben. He hasn't got a quilt, neither has Toby, but Toby isn't 1 to October, so he's on the list. But Reuben has to have his quilt before his brother, so I'd like to finish that. So I need to decide what pile that's going to go on. Oh, you made me jump. All right, thank you. I told you to come here and go to dinner. So bear with me. So yeah, I want to finish Reuben's. I know that I'm up to the quilting stage and I've started. So hopefully that shouldn't take me long, but I just need to decide where I'm going to slot that in. Ideally, I would like him to have that in October. Oh, Bronte's trying to get in now. And then there's Benjamin. I've got 2 quilts. One's a panel, but I think I might just put that back. And maybe that might be a Christmas present. I don't know. And the other quilt I'd like to make him is they're moving and they're going to have a new bedroom. He's having a new bedroom, big boy's room. And I dearly like to make him a quilt to go in there. I've got all the fabric and I'm so excited to start it. But I need to, just rein myself in. And then there's my sampler quilt that I started last year. So that again, I need to get that out. I think I need to get that into some kind of order as to how to make it. I'm not going to finish it this summer, but maybe I make finish 1 or 2 blocks, and it will be finished next year. And then the other quilt that I have is one that I started last September or in January. Did I start it in January? I think I did. And that's a colourful one. I get so far. It's when I get to the quilting, I'm like, ooh, can't do it. Don't want to mess it up. But I think with this quilt that I'm just working on at the moment, I'm using the stitches, the embroidery stitches on the machine. I think I might use that technique to quilt it, and then it's binding, putting the binding on, then it's done. And then where does that go? Fred's got his eye on it, but I need to see. He liked the green in it. So that's some ideas and plans. So I will do another video and I will show you, share with you where I've got up to and what I've managed to achieve. So, I think the reason I want to do this is not because I want to go, oh, look what I've done. I mean, there's part of that in the sense of, you love talking about your projects, don't you? But I think I need to keep myself accountable, and I need to keep myself on target. All right, my lovies, I'll be with you again soon. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll be back soon. Take care of yourself and happy crafting.